provides opportunity for like-minded people to join through membership and volunteering for projects and programs. Members of the club are from different areas of life sciences, including every individual who has interest in science. So if you are willing to join this club, please, you can just message anyone. I know you saw this maybe on someone's status, a friend invited you, so you can do well to join. So tonight we'll be treating the topic scientific publishing for graduates and undergraduates. Some of us are conversant with it. Some of us are not conversant with what scientific publish entails. Some of us have the peripheral knowledge of it. But tonight, our speaker will be making us to understand the in-depth of it, as we'll be taking us to a place whereby we have the integral understanding of what it means to publish as a scientist. He was my lecturer in 300 levels, so I'm telling you, you should sit back and be ready to get from him and learn from him as he'll be teaching us this night. And as we'll be going on with this discussion, if you have any question along the way, please, you can do well to keep it when it's done or type it. And again, I want us to have it in mind that it's online meeting, so we won't focus or we'll be distracted. Don't just call me and waste time, please. The webinar we are having tonight, like the this thing said, is a golden opportunity. And I know for us to be here tonight, we have seized that opportunity. We truly say that yes, it's a golden opportunity. So we should make use of this opportunity. Be ready to gain one or two things from this webinar. So to cut everything short, I'll be inviting our speaker. He was my lecturer when I was in FUTA. He taught me in 300 level. It took me 3 courses, yes. So he's currently a lecturer as well in FUTA, but he's currently doing his PhD in England. In England, that's in the University of Easter, if I'm correct. England, United Kingdom. So please join me as I welcome Mr. S. Josiah. You're welcome, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
Please,
everyone.
you're welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm really honored to be among you. I want to believe everyone can hear me. So, well, you call it a webinar. I want to call it a discussion. For I'm not really coming here to teach you something you didn't know. Okay, I'm just here to open your eyes to, you know, what you already know. And I'm going to be giving you live examples, and yeah, so I'm going to be giving you live example, both about myself and about other people. So if there's any point you don't understand what I'm saying, please raise your hand. If there's any point you have any question, if you don't want to type it, click the raising of hand icon. I'm happy to stop and entertain questions. And I believe we have how many hours? 1.5 hours for everything, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we just do everything together. Yeah. So I'm going to take a very simple poll before I present anything. How many of you, as at now, have any publication? If you know you have a publication, at least if it's one, just click the raising of hand icon.
So we're actually not done with the publication yet. That's
Okay,
why.
but some of you are in the process of writing, right? Now
Yes, sir.
that's a good one. That's a good one. Um, uh, how many people here are master's students? How many people here are master's students? Okay, no master's student here. All right, so I'm going to limit the scope a bit to undergraduate, but you guys are the organizers. If at any point in time master students join, please let me know so that we can change the tone of our discussion. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so I'm going to share a slide not prepared by me, okay? But everything we may want to discuss will probably maybe um captured within the slide. We just try to speak to the slide as much as possible. However, I introduce a slide into the second. I introduce a slide at the beginning, which I'm going to dwell on and talk about. It might not make any meaning to you, but I mean, it might not really be what you are expecting, but it's something that I believe will make meaning to you. It's something I believe that you need to hear. Okay, so I'm going to present this your how do I put it now? Okay, so can you see my slide, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So our topic actually says scientific publishing for undergraduate and graduate students, right?
Yes, sir.
That was why I intentionally is you know having any publication or maybe presenting a publication. So I would need help because now I'm projecting, but I'm not seeing anything. So how do I project with this your Google Meet and still see the participants? Oh, I see now. So I just don't know how to change the slide anyway. So we have this. This Google Meet. I'm more used to. I'm actually more used to. But you are still seeing my slide, everyone, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Aha! I think I got it now. So you are seeing my slide now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is beautiful. What you get it? All right. So yeah. So we're looking at how to get your article published from title to references, from submission to revision. Okay. Now I asked you a question. Someone said they are in the process of publishing an article. How many of you here are in the process of publishing an article? Yes. How many of you here?
I,
Okay. Tayo, can you tell us something about the article you are about to publish, please?
okay, sir. My article is based on prostate cancer and what kind of plant extract can be used in the treatment of prostate cancer to manage it.
Okay. Are you the only one planning to publish that paper?
No, sir. We are like five.
So are those five people? Are you all undergraduates?
No, some of them are master students and they are not available at the moment.
Okay, some of them are master students. Do you have faculty members among you? Maybe your lecturer supervisor?
Yes, sir.
That's good. So that's yes. Anyone else here in the process of publishing? I know that Chuju has actually finished her thesis, so by now you must be compiling your results for publication, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Tayo, the article you want to publish it is it a review or review?
A review article, sir.
It's a review article. Good. Yeah.
Yes.
So before we proceed, I just want us to quickly share some facts and myths about publication, about scientific publication. As undergraduates, you can garner some publication if you publish in a journal. That is true. As an academic, you might not be able to publish in a larger journal where you have big impact factor or whatever. It might even be a local journal. But as an undergraduate, when you are able to publish your work, it gives you some level of ability, you know, to it helps you to have this article writing. So that when you now get to the big stage, it's not totally strange to you. And as undergraduate, publication is statistically infrequent. That means you don't frequently see undergraduate publishing, but it's a normal thing. It happens. Okay, it happens. Now, what are some of the myths about publication? I know some of you, one of the reasons why you really want to get publication is because they told you that when you are applying for scholarship abroad, though, you must have publication. True or false?
True.
True or false?
True.
Well, I am here to tell you that you don't need publication to get scholarship abroad. You don't need publication as an undergraduate that just finished school to get scholarship to do your master's or PhD. You don't need it. Many
Sir,
of
very true.
many of you, yeah, many of you know Mrs. Ajayi, Anna. I know she has spoken with you guys before, and Femi Adu. Both of them did not have any publication when they got their masters. As a matter of fact, when Anna got her PhD, I don't think she had any publication.
You're very true.
When Femi got the Commonwealth Scholarship, I think in 2017, he does not have any publication. So that is a myth. So don't let any pressure or discourage you from attempting to applying for scholarships because you don't have publication. So it's a myth. It's saying that it does not have an advantage. It is an edge when you have a publication over people that does not have. But that does not mean if you don't have a publication that you can't get scholarship abroad. Number 2 of the myth is that you can publish just anywhere and in any field. It does not matter. What matters is that just be counting the number of publications you have. Okay?
Yes.
Now that is a myth. I remember while we are going up. When we are going up, I mean when some of us started our academic journey. I know some of my friends that are very desperate about getting publications. So somebody is publishing in FWT. FO come and see, they put their name. Somebody is publishing in science philosophy. You know the person. FO come and see, before you know it, many of them already have 5-6 publications, but it is not even relevant to the science they are doing. Now, your success in academics is in a way tied to the publications that you have, but not at this primary stage. Before you need to begin to think about, where is my life going? I don't have publication. Then you must have been getting to a point whereby you are about finishing your PhD or you are already an academics. As an undergraduate and master's level, you don't need to put yourself under any publication, under any pressure for publication. Now, I know some of you will be thinking, this guy, we called you here to come and tell us how to publish. Why are you telling us this? These are facts. And if you don't have your mind and your soul together as a scientist, you will never be productive. There is someone I know. Many of you know this person. I won't tell you his name because you would know. He's your senior colleague. I taught him right from 3 to 500 level. I was very much around when he was still a student. I taught him very well and I mentored him some aspects. But you know me, I don't like doing all this whatever. Kamala, I'm meant to calculate. So when he finished his program, I think he did his research in our lab. I told him, guy, good result, right? Let's help you get publication. I know that you have a good result, maybe first classes and that. He left his primary result that he got in the lab, beautiful result. In less than 6 months, this guy already have like maybe 5-6 publications. And there was a day I remember I was still in Nigeria. Then I called him, I said, it's good that you are publishing, but I see all these your publications, these things are not relevant to what you are doing. It's not just about you getting publication. The question is, if you look back into your career journey in the next 10 years, can you say that these papers are something that will still be applicable to you? Can you, if they ask you, okay, paper in your publication, and trust me, I'm telling you today, this person I'm talking about cannot even, it does not even identify with some of these publications. And these are things that have taken his time. I'm not saying don't explore, but if you have your field divine, you don't just, publication is not about you counting numbers. I have 1 publication, I have 2, I have 10, I already have 6. No. Okay? So it's a myth. When people think you can let us just have publication, no, it's a myth. It's not something that you should say, oh, you want to be doing. No. And another myth is that, oh, the quality of the journal does not matter. It's a lie. Now, at this level, it may not matter, but with time, you need to know that it does matter. Now, I will tell you one thing that I told a colleague. I know that some of you here, you're already working with Mr. Omar in our general lab, right? Mr. Omar, as of today, has publication more than even some lecturers. Good publications, good ones, beautiful publication. There was a time that we did an original article together. As at that time, he was really desperate to have publications, and then we put that publication out somewhere, and it was rejected. Another place was rejected. So he got a journal. That journal is a predatory journal. You know what we call predatory journal? These are journals that are not recognized. And it was like, let us just publish this thing. And I told him one thing that I said, Afa, calm down. Times are coming that you will be tired of publication. And trust me, today he is tired. Mr. Omar is publishing in very high impact factor journals. And that's what I always tell my friend. Journal publication is not something that you need to like, hey, I must publish now. You will walk to a point that what you have done will speak for you. What you have done will indeed speak for you. So it's not something that you need to like be in a hurry for. Now, when I started lecturing, now when I finished my undergraduate program in 2013, I guess, I stayed back in the lab and I helped a lot of people do their projects. There was a particular woman, she is doing her PhD right now in our lab. At the time she was doing masters, myself and one lady, Tosin, we helped her through her master's work. One of our doctors that is lecturing in the north now, we helped him through his PhD work. Now, one thing people don't know is that despite all this work, despite all my effort, help people to do this and that, my first publication ever was in December 2018. That was how many years after I became a lecturer? 3 years after I became a lecturer. Was I working? No. Yes. Am I putting effort into getting things done? Yes. Do I have good results? Yes. But I didn't just drop on anything called journal. I asked some of my friends at that time, they will have people in NWT put their name, people in engineering put their name. At the end of the day, most of those publications now, they are not proud of it. Now, within 2018 and now, I don't know the number of publications I have. You can go to Google Scholar and check it. It's plenty. There was a year that I published 11 papers, quality ones, not just pay 2 here, quality papers, quality journals, 11 one single year. As at the second year into my PhD, as I'm talking to you, I already have 6 publications with my supervisor here. 6 publications, a very high impact factor. One of them is, I think, it's impact factor, maybe 18. What am I saying? It's a process, okay? And don't let anybody rush you into believing that as an undergraduate or as a fresh graduate, if you don't have publication, you are a failure. It's a myth, okay? So at this point, I want us to now go into the steps. You want to hear steps, this and this and that. So I want to take a break now. I want reactions. I want questions. Okay? If you have a reaction to what I've said, if you have a question, I want us to entertain them in the next maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. Yes. The floor is open. If you have questions, if you have reactions, the floor is open. You can please contribute. Do you want to coordinate that to do?
Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Any question, any reaction, please. You can raise your hand. Okay, someone is raising a hand already.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, Shegun Akifolahan, you raised your hand.
Wow.
But before then, I saw a question here on the chat. Somebody said, Richmond said, good evening, sir. Is it a must? One must publish issue of final year project. It is not a must. It is not a must. I that I'm talking to you, I never published my final year project because my supervisor did not push for it. And the kind of project I did, when I was doing my project, how do I put it now? I worked for many people. We were 10 in the group, but it was like as if it's only me that is doing the work. So I had to split my result to many people. But what I'm saying is that despite the fact that we did not publish my undergraduate work, the works that are related to my undergraduate work that I featured in the publication, they were 4. Eventually, some of them were 3-4 years even after I have graduated. So it is not a must, okay? Because the way it works for some of you, I mean, people like Tudu and Tunde will bear me witness. For your undergraduate, you don't do independent work. They pair you with people, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's because we don't want you to spend much money. Nigeria, unfortunately, don't fund research because we don't want to spend money. So we pair you. At the end of the day, you might end up reporting just 1 or 2 assets, which might not be worth publication. It might not be worth the publication. So it is not compulsory. So if you don't have the opportunity of publishing your final year project, don't feel bad about it. But trust me, all of you will always have masters and PhD students you are working with. Maintain good relationship with them. When these people are about publishing their work, if you have actually helped them out very well, they will remember you. And that's the beginning of the journey for some of you. However, when I was out, I make sure that I, from the time I've been having my project students till now, till I left FUTA, all of them have their paper with my student. Our paper has been published. Many of you must know comfort, the deeper life lady in the lab now. That finished her masters. Comfort like the job that married this mama Samuel Pikin, Wumi, and then what's the name of like this guy that is fighting that the three of them they worked under me, and the three of them had their paper published in Standard Journal. Two of them, I think one of them in Elsevier. But what I'm saying is that if you are the type that your supervisor did not push for it, don't go and say you must publish it. It might not be worth publication. It might not be worth a publication. So that's the answer. Yes, Akin Folahan, can you ask a question, please?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Thank you for your for the presentation.
Yes.
I just want to know that you said your first publication was in 2018 and you have started working since 2013, if I can get your
2015.
point.
I've started working in the lab as an undergraduate in 2015, but I resumed lecturer in 20. I finished my undergraduate work in the late 2013, but I resumed as a lecturer in 2015.
Okay, so does it mean that you didn't publish your master, even your master thesis?
No,
That is my question.
I started my masters in 2015 December, and I finished my masters in 2018 April. That was when we graduated officially. So when I was doing my masters, I already had my project students. So I also make them work. I designed a broad spectrum research in collaboration with Professor Akimoladun. We'll be doing it very soon. Design the work. There are some things we got by accident, and myself was to work on it for that pathology. But after we have treated the animal, giving them drugs, it might just go to waste if we just take away just discard the animal. So I gave these students different organs. So some of them look at the hepatotoxicity of the compound. Some of them look at one of them look at the impact of the compound on the reproductive organ. So we were able to get plenty results. Apart from that, I worked with 3 pure compounds. So it's not just that we are working with different organs, but we also work with different protective compounds. So we did this kind of comparative structure activity relationship. So at the end of the day, there was a lot to go around. So as I'm speaking to you today, from my master's work, Shegun, I have published 6 papers for my master's work. The 7th one, I'm just lazy about it, so I gave it to Dr. Ajayi, the lady that spoke to you sometimes ago, Popola, Anna. I gave it to her to go and edit it. I said I'm going to put her name because I was already tired of writing. So for my master's work, I've already published 7 papers. 6. So I published my master's work, my brother. It was the undergraduate I did not publish.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
But this thing takes a lot of time. I think one of the problems that people now have, young people like us have, is that we don't know that publication is something that takes a lot of time. There are some of us who sit on a particular publication for 2-3 years and you don't get it published. My recent publication for my master's work is last year, and I've concluded the work since 2018. So another thing we want to address in the future is the patience it requires to publish. It's not something that you write today, you send to them tomorrow, and then they will accept it next month. It doesn't work that way. So when the delay and all those things start coming, it's one of the things you guys need to understand, okay, and be ready to take in good faith.
Okay, there's one other question here, sir.
Okay.
What is the benefit or importance of publishing an article?
There are a lot of benefits of publishing your article. Number one, it makes you, it publicizes you. That's number one. Number two, it improves your opportunity in the outside world. Okay.
Yes,
Now, guys, look at my slide. You can see that slide is 75 pages.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
Trust me, it is not about I don't know what I want to teach you or what I want to explain to you, but I think what we are discussing here is very, very important. And for my students, they even know, even in the class, I like to give you real life examples. Okay? Now, there are many benefits of publishing your article. Apart from the fact that it publicizes you, you don't know what you might need this thing for in the future. I'm going to give you like 3-4 instances now. Now, there was a time Dr. Crown dug up an old result. She said, Josiah, we have been trying to publish this work. I couldn't publish it. They were rejecting it. I look at the result. I revamped it. I remade all the graphs. I rewrote the manuscript. It was looking so fine. She made me the first author. What am I trying to say? The person that did the work in the lab, we called her, Madam, we want to publish your work. Send your email. She said she's not interested in publication. Do you know that some of these people, they come back begging lecturers that, sir, do you have anything that we can put my name? They need it for their promotion. They need it for an appointment. They need it for this. They need it for that. Somebody that is doing PhD in the lab, in our lab at the moment, that's why I don't want to mention some name. If I mention the person's name, you will know. That person got an opportunity to resume a post as a lecturer in one of the universities in Ekiti State about 4 months ago. And they could not give him the appointment because we have not published his master's work. He was begging me, Josie, let's publish this thing, please now. I said, publication is not like that. You can even submit it for the next 6 months. They will even review it. We've had people phone the HOD from abroad. We need this, we need that. There is a particular man. We are in the UK together now. Last year, he called me. He is applying for global talent. Are you getting me now?
Yes,
He is
sir.
applying for global talent. And guess what? They are telling him that his size score must be over 100. And what gives you all this size score? It is the number of publications you have. Until now, he has not been able to apply because he does not have enough publication to move that size score up to 100. And he was a lecturer before we left FUTA. As I'm speaking to you now, my own size score is well over 300. And I need just 100 to apply for global talent. So what am I trying to tell you? It may not be something that you will see now, but there are many importance of publishing your article. There are many opportunities, especially if you see yourself in the line of moving forward in academics. Then you may want to endeavor to publish your work. But if that is not coming, don't kill yourself, just keep working. I told you in 2018 was the time I had my first paper. That was December 2018. That was the time I had my first paper. In 2019 alone, I had 11 publications. That means all those works I've been doing all this while, they later speak forth. So I'm only saying that I'm only saying don't be desperate, but it is good when you're able to get your work published. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I think, do we have any other question? No?
None for now, sir.
Okay. All right. So we can still see my slide, right?
Yes, sir.
This is your Google whatever. God will help me. I want to make sure that I put the something beside. You know what I'm saying? Beside this thing. So that is That's that. Let's continue, please. And I'm not sure I'll be able to finish this slide today. I am not sure. Okay. So if you guys want us to split it into two, I am happy to come back next time, because it's not something I'm sure we can't finish it today. Please, does anybody know how I can take this thing on one side and I'll still be seeing my slide? You know,
Please, anybody.
when we were in school, we didn't use computer. Okay. Yeah. I've seen it. Yeah. So now I can still see everyone. If you raise your hand, I would know. So that is that about the fact and the myth. Yeah, I've even gotten something what I want. Thank you. So what we will probably look at, would be, who are publishers? What do they do? What are the practical tips you need to have before you write? What makes a good manuscript? What are the article structure? What are the review and the editorial process? And what are the author ethics? Now, for people, for those among you that are already fresh graduates, I just want you to raise your hand. I want to ask this question. I know it might sound crazy, but these are pragmatic questions. How many of you have met with your senior colleagues and then you will tell them, you want to publish, and then they will tell you, I've written my own manuscript. That or guy did not even read it. How many of you have met people like that? So definitely you have met. So some people are raising their hand. Today, Olubade, you want to say something?
It seems it's response to people that have met senior colleagues, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so they will tell you, that guy won't read it. Don't waste your time. Stuff like that. But this is the real thing. Even myself that I'm talking to you, if I tell you go and bring your article, and then you write it, and it doesn't look like something that I can read, I will not bother wasting my time. I will just leave it. That's what people don't understand. So before you even take your manuscript to Oga, please see my manuscript, I want to publish it. If it doesn't make sense in the first place, these professors that you are seeing, they have a lot of things they are doing. They are so busy. So even me, and I'm still young in academia, if you bring something that doesn't make sense to me, I have many things to read. I have my own career to follow. I have my own papers to write. My supervisor here, we've published this paper. They just accepted my 7th publication with him last month. He's asking me to write another review. I've been running away from him. So everyone is busy with one thing or the other. So if you don't bring something that is easy to solve, who will have time to read it? Nobody. So who are publishers? Let's just go back to our slide. So that one that I ask you is has to do with the article structure. So who are publishers? I'm sure that many of you must have been hearing about publishers. There are publishing houses and there are journals. Okay? There are publishing houses and there are journals. The most popular one is Elsevier. All of you know Elsevier, right? That's the most popular one. So under Elsevier, you have different journals. If you look at this first slide, all these things you have here, BBRC, Free Radical Biology, Cell, Nature, they are examples of journals under Elsevier. Apart from Elsevier, there are other journals, there are other publishing houses. We have Francis and Taylor. I think there is the Greta. There is which one again? BMC. There is there are so plenty. There is this one. What's the name of this ones? Just remind me the publishing house. If you know anyone that know anyone, just remind me. There are a couple of them anyway. So those ones are publishing house, and then under them there are a lot of journals. So it is not compulsory that you publish under Elsevier. Some people believe that you have not published under Elsevier, you have not published at all. That is a lie. That's a lie. There are beautiful journals under other publishing house that are not under Elsevier. So we're going to focus more on the policy of Elsevier for this webinar. So these are just the growth in peer review journal. What we are trying to say here is that if you have published your journal in the year 1965, people are not doing it. But these days, you hardly see any publication that anyone published without peer review. So most of our publication, or not most, almost all our publication will have to go through peer review. And what do we mean by peer review? You publish, they take your paper, remove your name, give it to people they want to raise, they will raise it. If that paper is not, if that manuscript is not worth publishing, they tell the reviewer and the editor to reject it. So that's what we call peer review. Peer review means that other people have read your work, they've submitted it and see that it is worth something that should be published. So for Elsevier, I mean, a lot of papers have been published, almost 10 million articles at the moment. There are a lot of, many of them, there are more than 7,000 editors with them, over 70,000 editorial board, more than 7 million authors so far. And some of our lecturers in FUTA are reviewers with Elsevier. I think there was a time that Professor Obo was the chief editor of food biology. That journal was based in Canada, and it is published under journal. I've published here a lot of time. Professor Obo was frontier in work is actually going, and for some of you, the moment you publish one paper like this, they will start running after you to come and review for them. It's another thing you can consider. So why do you need to publish? What do you need to publish? What do you not need to publish? So I wanted to ask Favor the question the other time, and there are questions you need to ask yourself, because publication itself is, you are bringing out something novel. There must be something special about what you are bringing out. If not, then that thing is not something you should publish. So the question you ask yourself is that result that you want to publish, is it new? Is it original? Has someone published it somewhere before? If not, go ahead. But if yes, then what we are doing is plagiarism. Okay, people have published it before, but there is something about it that they did not do, so I am doing that thing now. Then the answer is yes. If you are writing a review or you are summarizing a particular subject matter, like Favor is telling me now, is this something that has been reviewed before? If yes, don't go ahead. Your manuscript, is it advancing the knowledge of science? Is it bringing an understanding? There was a time we published a particular work, and then they asked us, when did you do the result, the analysis? We told them so yeah. The reviewer said that it's been long. We had to go back and do something recent. We added it to that publication before they could accept it. And that is why when you have your result, you have to quickly publish it before it becomes stale. While you are busy sleeping on it, some people are publishing it. I know I told you not to be desperate. At the same time, I'm asking you not to be sluggish. Duplication of previously published work, that one is a big offense. As a matter of fact, it's becoming worrisome these days. Plagiarism, incorrect or unacceptable conclusions. If you cannot draw a conclusion from whatever you are publishing, don't bother publish it, because it's a question that will definitely be raised. So you need a good manuscript to present your contribution to the scientific community. So now the process of submission is very stressful. Let me not sugarcoat anything for you. It is very, very stressful. Okay? All these editors and reviewers, they get a lot of publication to review and edit. Now, how many of you know that reviewers don't get paid? They've asked me to review many times. I will just tell them, no, I don't want to review. So if somebody is sitting down to read your paper and you have written nonsense there and they are not going to pay the person, he will not even read it twice before you tell them to reject it. Oh, somebody said my screen is still on the first slide. Is my screen not changing? Can you see my screen while publishing?
It is on the
Yes.
first slide, sir.
Hey, ayé mi
Yes.
o. Tí mo ti lọ jìnnà. Ah, that's not good enough. Let me stop presenting and start again. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand all these window. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Ah, so you can see this. I've talked about what we want to cover, and then we talked about. I mentioned something like this, that as we advance in years, the number of peer review keep increasing, and then for SCVR, they've been involved in many publications. Well over 9.8 million articles so far that have been rolled out in Elsevier journals alone. So before you say you want to publish anything, then you must think twice. The question is, what do you want to tell us in your publication that somebody has not said before? I think that is where the real work in science is. Okay? Question: are you answering? That's why I look at people. Sometimes your supervisor will be telling you, do this, do that, do that, do this. They'll say, this man is too wicked. At the end of the day, some people will do what they like. And by the time they get what they want, they will defend and go. But that work will be useless. They won't be able to publish it. You know, when Professor Akimadu was pushing me then, some of our colleagues were saying that, but I knew what he was trying to. At some point, we encouraged. I had to use my personal money to continue doing the work. And today, everybody is enjoying the publication. Do you get what I mean? So sometimes you just need that extra effort. So here, they said you need a good manuscript to present your contribution to the scientific community. There are some publications that they will not even read it for 2 minutes before they say this one is nonsense. So like I said, it is more stressful to publish. So don't think that now one of our publications came out 3 months ago. Yes, in measurement food. Now, you know when I submitted this paper, I submitted it last year, February. They kept on looking for reviewers they could not get. At some point, they abandoned my work. I had to nail them. What happened now? They said they can't get reviewer. That I should suggest another reviewer. I suggested another reviewer. Those ones said that they should reject the work. That is plagiarism. I told them, you don't know what you are doing. Because when we submitted it, they made the preprint available. Those ones are saying the preprint as plagiarism. I said, yeah, you are not telling me that. You cannot keep my journal with you for a year and then you expect me to say that you reject it. I said you are not rejecting this one, you must accept it. We drag it back and forth. They eventually accepted the paper. It has been published, I think, 2 months ago. It's in Elsevier. So it's a lot of stress. You have any question? So, like I said, I'm not seeing your raising of hand. If you have any question, just ask. You can just unmute and talk so that I would know, because I'm just seeing the slide alone. Now, how long does it take to publish? There are some journals that when you submit, between the time you submit and the time they will accept it is just 5 weeks. Some within 25 weeks, some it takes them up to 50 weeks before they will even complete it, before they will even say, oh, let's talk about publishing this thing. And there are some journals that go and correct this, go and correct that. It might take, there is a particular journal 2 years ago. What's the name of this journal? Journal of Metabolic Brain Disease. They wasted my time for almost a year. We were correcting. We did like 4 corrections. Eventually, they rejected the paper. So that kind of thing happened too. So you should know that it's not something that you give them today and they will say tomorrow your paper is ready. No, it takes time. So there is something we call impact factor. How many of you have an idea what we call impact factor? Let me stop sharing. So for impact factor is another ball game, but I don't want us to really go into impact factor for now. So they said the meeting we had in 5 minutes due to technical issue. This is the new link. Me, I have copied the new link. Well, everybody can go to the message and copy the new link. Yeah, if this one end, we'll go there. So I don't want us to talk about impact factors for now, but what impact factors simply means is it's just telling us, it's just a way of saying how strong that paper is. Not like strong. Anyway, I don't want to tell you what you should not hear. Okay? But the impact factor just is determined by how well the journals from that, the manuscript from that, the article from that journal are cited, how many people have read it, and how many articles they have in total. That's what they use to generate impact factor. Some of you, when you publish in impact factor 2, you are happy. I'm not saying it's not good, but there are journals that they have impact factor 200. I'm telling you. Exactly, those are in both journals. Anyway, God will take us there. So, like I said, are you guys seeing my slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't want us to talk about impact factor. So, another thing you need to consider before you publish is the area of research. It doesn't make sense when you do a research that is in neuroscience and then you want to go and publish it in journal that what you publish is chemistry and chemical engineering, or you did a research in clinical medicine and then you want to publish it in social sciences. It doesn't make sense, because it's easy to publish there. So you need to understand and identify the area of research and how they influence impact factor. So far, the papers that always have high impact factor, they are the life sciences, followed by the neurosciences. And that's why I realize that all those research, all those social sciences, mathematics and computer, it is very easy for them to publish more than you. But science papers, life sciences, they usually have high impact factor. As you can see, all of them, they are the one on top. Life sciences, neuroscience, clinical medicine, pharmacology and toxicology, they are always on top, because it's always difficult to publish in those journals. So, how to get your article published before you start? I think before we start this one, we probably need to move to the next, to the next, what do you call it? To the next meeting link. So I'm going to put on this one. till the time goes off. But if you have any question, you can quickly ask so far, and then we go to that next one with the new link. How many minutes remaining
Okay.
for the new link to start?
4 minutes.
Okay, 4 minutes. So we have like 4 minutes to just discuss.
But there is a question
Okay, question, I'm
from
listening.
yes, Olawale Tayo. He said, "What's the
Olawale,
cost of Tayo
okay.
income messages?" He said, "What's the cost of publishing a journal?"
Yes, so I didn't see that, sorry. So Tudu, I would appreciate if you can just help me be following up. So there is no
Okay.
fixed cost for publishing journals. Okay, there are journals that are free, and for most of us in Nigeria, because we are the one funding our research, we always look for where the publication, where there is something we call APC, article publication charge. We always look for where their APC is free. Some of them, they do promo. They will tell you, if you can submit your article before so time, it will be free. Because this money for article can be very expensive. Here with my supervisor, it's easy for us to publish because they have funding. Kia we have paid. I think the least he has paid for publication here is $2,500. For most journals, their article publication charge are usually between $2,500 and $5,000. For international papers, there are some journals that charge as less as 1,500. Some, let's say $750. But the point is, at this stage of your life, if you have $750, is it publication that you go and put it on? Do you get what I mean? So it's a lot expensive. Oladele, are you talking? So it's a lot expensive to, if you can talk, I'm fine. It's a lot expensive to publish. But there are local journals. There are local journals that are not expensive. This one, you might be paying like, let's say 200,000, 500,000 to publish, 200, 150,000 to publish. But if I give you $2,000 today, you know how much that one is. Please, people will sharp brain. How much is $2,000 today in Nigeria? You can admit and tell me how much is $2,000. That should be close to like, let's say 1.8 million, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
I give you 1.8 million now, you go and use it to publish. Is something doing you?
1.8 million.
What is it?
1.8 M, sir.
1.8 M. Joshua, if I give you 1.8 M now, you go and use it to publish.